now in a brawl between two northern Indiana high schools. Does the IHSAA have absolute power on deciding the punishment for them and other schools involved in on-court fights? RTV6's Chris Proffitt live in the newsroom after listening to those arguments. Chris?
Hey, Jason. The Indiana High School Athletic Association, which is the governing body of high school sports, is appealing a Lake County court decision that lifted suspensions of both teams after that widely seen brawl during a game last February. The bench-clearing fight started after a Hammond player fouled a Griffith player. The game ended, and the school suspended those students involved. The IHSAA canceled each school's remaining regular season games, including postseason, and placed them on probation. But the schools argue that the suspensions were excessive and successfully sued to stop the IHSAA from enforcing those suspensions. An appeals court heard arguments today in a rare open forum on the Ivy Tech campus in Lafayette. Attorneys representing a former Hammond basketball player argue that the IHSAA doesn't enforce its rules consistently.
The IHSAA is required to make sure that its rulings are consistent. And if they're not going to be consistent, they've got to put the schools and the students on notice why they aren't going to be consistent.
I don't agree with the notion that the punishments are inconsistent. I think you take every situation for its face value and merit, and you make an informed decision based upon the evidence presented to you.
Now, that appeals court ruling could have implications on other recent punishments handed down by the IHSAA, including last month's season-ending suspensions of the Ben Davis and Pike girls basketball teams involved in a large on-court fight in January. Erica and Jason?